I'm going to bring in Space Capital founder, CEO Chad Anderson. Chad, it's just nuts, right?
It's a good week for us.
Let's start with this deal. So I know they already had a relationship with AnySphere and Cursor. And the way I read it, I guess about 2 or 3 weeks ago, that at some point, if there were certain milestones met, they could take them over or acquire them. But it feels like they just said, let's cut to the chase, right? There's a great sense of urgency at this company.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they had an option to buy. I think they wanted to buy them in April, and probably the reason why we're waiting until this point is because they didn't want to hang up the IPO, make any material changes that would have to slow that down, because what they were able to do, I mean, so they wanted the company in April. Here they are with a valuation that's what, 2.7 trillion.
Right.
They were able to buy it in an all-stock deal, right? And so this worked out really well for them.
They actually, in some ways, saved a lot more than they would have had to put out a couple of months ago.
And on the other hand, they've also bought a rocket ship themselves, right? Because this company is the fastest growing company, I think, on record. They were like, at the end of last year, they were at $1 billion runway. They did $2 billion, a few months later. This company is on a trajectory. It's the missing piece of the SpaceX AI story that I think helps make Grok a lot more compelling.
Let's talk about it, because you go to the website. This is one of the pages I saw, developing enduring software. And you look at the names: Samsung, OpenAI, NVIDIA, Datadog, Adobe, Stripe. These are major names. The choice for ambitious engineering teams. I guess that describes SpaceX.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely had it on the hardware side for a very long time. They do infrastructure like no one else does. They're able to attract the best and the brightest to focus on the hardest problems. Now they've purchased some of the best and the brightest on the AI side.
I guess this also underscores that ultimately the AI side will be the biggest moneymaker for SpaceX.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw it in the total addressable market that they put out, where their revenue is coming from. It took them, they were a 24-year-old company before they went public. It took them that long to get to $19 billion in revenue. And then in the last 6 weeks, since they filed confidentially in their S1 for their filing, they have brought in another $27 billion annualized from Anthropic and Google. So that is the trajectory that this company's on.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the drivers right now. The demand side, right? We had the IPO, options began trading today. It's going to be added to all of these different, the VTIs, the Russell 1000, the MCSI. I mean, all of this means billions of dollars in demand instantaneously, and that's one of the things given at this bid, right?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, people are excited about, you see the options trading started today, and the gap is widening. I mean, I think people see a lot of upside here. I think that comes from many different places. This company has put forward a very ambitious, very inspiring, ambitious goal that they're going after. I think that this company owns the rails on which the future is built. I think the additional capital that's coming in from some of these indexes is just going to throw some fuel on that fire.
So let's talk about the other side of that, supply. Of course, a lot of folks on the street staying away from it. CFRA put a sell on the stock, right? I don't think they'll get invited to the next round of anything. But so the first wave, August 11th. Right now, by the way, this 5% float. This is the thinnest float for a big company ever. And this is one of the things also, all this demand coming in, which is 5%. Really sort of acts like just gives it a supercharge, right?
Nothing about this is normal, right? This is the largest IPO ever. If you think about that 5%, that sounds like a small number, but it was also, they brought in 86 billion, right? And so, and I think that that's where a lot of these indexes are looking at this. They're saying, like, look, companies are staying private for a whole lot longer. When they're coming here, they are very mature. They've been around for 2 decades, right? They're raising these huge sums of capital at these very large valuations. And so the game has sort of changed from where it was.
And of course, we had the supply there. As a long-term investor, you're probably not too concerned about it, but it could create just some. I mean, listen, 5% is out there, but at some point, 95% would be out there, and that could create a little bit of short-term pressure.
There's more supply coming online, certainly, right? Yeah. So there's a 6-month lockup as is standard, and there's some early releases as well. So we'll start to see how that shakes out with the index inclusion offsetting some of those early releases. And so we'll see how this all plays out.
So Musk saying the company might be able to reach approximately $1 trillion in revenue by 2030. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do better by 2031. So, but I was reading your note about the satellite business alone, and this is just phenomenal to me. So 24 satellites generated trillions in GDP. There's 18,000 in orbit now. 2 million by 2040. Yep. This is like, it's just, so how do you extrapolate that? I mean, this seems like the 28 trillion TAM is low.
Yeah, I mean, look, humans are not very good at understanding exponential curves, right? But we've seen S-curves play out before. There's multiple S-curves happening now. There is a ton of demand for what they're doing from defense and from AI. There is a ton of opportunity for this company going forward. They're very well positioned, basically focusing on the infrastructure on which the future is being built. These LLMs are going to go out. There's a lot of applications. We don't know exactly where those things are going to go, but the one thing that we know for sure is that they're all going to need compute. And if you can control that compute, you're in a very powerful position.
Chad, you got some other names that are beneficiaries of the SpaceX. I just zeroed in on Trimble for two reasons. First, I hadn't heard in a long time. Also, the founder was named Charles Trimble. But no, more importantly, this is a name that sort of just is a blast from the past for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, this company is over 50 years old, right? This is the company that brought us GPS. Before Trimble, this was a military capability that was off limits to the rest of us by design. They're the ones who brought commercial GPS receivers online, brought GPS to the world, all the location-based services, all the apps on your phone, all of this run on technology that Trimble brought to market.
How does Rocket Lab and Firefly benefit from the SpaceX? Is it just the pie gets bigger, or recognition, or, you know, explain that.
Yeah, rising tide is benefiting all boats here, that is for sure. Because look, the space economy has been underpriced. I don't think a lot of people give it the credit it deserves for GPS generating trillions of dollars in economic value, right? So it has been underpriced. SpaceX is providing a liquid benchmark by which we can now reprice the entire category, and it is being repriced in real time. Rocket Lab is at a $70 billion valuation, I believe. Firefly is doing some really interesting things. The first commercial company to successfully land on the moon, and it has more contracts with NASA to help take us back.
Wow. You know, I mean, you had probably the most amount of enthusiasm about this of any guest I brought on in the 2 months leading up to this. You sound more enthusiastic even now.
We're all smiles this week. Yeah, this is great for us.